Hi guys, this is Vanel with another StarCraft audio commentary, and this time I'm going to be commentating Game 5, the final game of Group A of the MSL Ro32. And this time we're going to be seeing Bisu playing Zero. Bisu lost to Savior in the first game, but was able to beat Magma in Game 3. And in order to advance, Bisu is now going to have to beat Zero. Zero, meanwhile, defeated Magma in Game 2 and lost to Savior in Game 3. So one of these players is going to advance alongside Savior and clear the round of 32. I think it's pretty likely that Bisu is going to win this game. I mean, Bisu is Bisu, and Zero is 39% against Protoss. So Zero does not have the best ZVP play around. In fact, it's pretty much close to zero. Haha, little pun there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're off. This game is going to be played on Destination, which doesn't really favor Protoss or Zerg over one another, particularly, so I don't think the map is going to factor into this great deal. One thing to note about Destination are the bridges that divide the map up can make it difficult for either player to advance. Especially Zero is going to have to watch out for Bisu's Psionic Storms, which Bisu can just target on the bridges and just destroy a whole ton of his units. Important to note their colors. Bisu is the purple Protoss in the lower spawning location, whereas Zero is the yellow Zerg in the upper spawn location. Sorry if this commentary is a bit warbly for me, I guess. It's kind of early in the morning for me, and I was sort of rudely awakened this morning, circumstances outside of my control, and couldn't really go back to sleep. So here I am, commentating StarCraft. I just want to finish this group up for you guys. It looks like Bisu's putting down the pylon. I'll probably be going for the Forge Fast Expand. Not sure what Zero's going to go. His Overlord is moving south, so he's going to see Bisu. Relatively quickly, Bisu is also moving his probe up north. Destination is a two-player map, so both these players know where the other player is, so there's not a whole lot of a guessing game involved between these two players. It looks like Bisu is moving into that natural expansion for Zero first. He's going to check to see if Zero set down any sort of 12 hatch, which he hasn't yet, but this is either going to be a drone scout for Zero, or Zero is going to set down a 12 hatch. And it looks like Zero is actually sending that drone towards Bisu's base, so we're going to see some sort of quick Zergling play from Zero here. But that's interesting. I don't see the spawning pool down yet. So what is this? It looks like Zero is actually going to put down a 12 hatch. Zero is putting a 12 hatch down, but it is important to note Zero is not putting that second hatchery down at his natural. He is actually putting it at that second expansion in sort of the northeastern corner of the map. And that is important because I question the strategic validity of that decision. I'm not sure it's going to be as easy for him to defend, and once Bisu scouts it, Bisu's going to be able to put a lot of pressure on it. Spawning pool going down now for Zero after that second hatchery. Bisu knows he doesn't need those two cannons up right away, so he's going to put that Forge up and the Nexus without the two initial cannons. And Bisu's correct in doing this. In the last game, Bisu's last game against Magma, Bisu did not get those two cannons immediately, even though Magma went for speedlings, and I thought that was not a very good decision on Bisu's part. Bisu going to try and disrupt this third hatchery of Zeros from going up. Bisu's doing a good job of keeping this probe from putting that hatchery up. Excellent job by Bisu, actually. He's going to keep that hatchery for of Zero's. Oh, and Bisu puts down a pylon. He's going to be keeping Zero from putting that hatchery up for quite some time. Zero's going to put it down anyway, but in the improper location, and it's going to be that's definitely going to irritate Zero some, and perhaps set him behind. We'll have to see. Bisu looks like he's getting his gateway down. And Zero's Overlord is over Bisu's expansion, so he knows Bisu went for the inevitable Forge Fast Expand, as Protoss are apt to do. And it looks like there's an observer over Bisu's base as well, so that is going to... Sorry about that, someone just came into my room and interrupted the commentary, don't worry about it. And Zero's going to know what Bisu's going, and we will soon as well. Bisu's got that assimilator going down, so it looks like Bisu's getting that first gas. But Zero is at 3 hatcheries at this point, but it's also important to note that Zero, one of those hatcheries, is out of position. So it's going to be difficult for him to take that initial advantage that he wanted to take. It looks like Zero maybe has a couple Zerglings outside of outside of Bisu's base. It's difficult to tell. And Zero's now getting lair tech, so he's going to quick lair. I'm not sure what we'll be seeing. We'll probably be seeing an initial Spire just for the Scourge to counter the inevitable Corsairs that are going to come from Bisu's Stargate. It looks like more Zerglings moving out for Zero. It looks like Zero is taking advantage this time to set down a 4th hatchery at that natural expansion, and he's going to use the hatchery he placed out of position as just a production hatchery. So he's not going to lose too much simply because Bisu harassed that, but it was an effective maneuver by Bisu. Bisu did slow Zero down, and there is the Stargate for Bisu, so we are going to see some Corsairs out for Bisu relatively soon. I can only hope for Zero's sake that he's going to get that Spire. Okay, there's the Spire for Zero, so Zero is going to have Corsairs, or excuse me, is going to have Scourge in time to counter those Corsairs, but we'll have to see how each player's micro factors into the equation. Bisu looks like he's producing a Dragoon. He's going to force that Overlord out of the back of his base. Zero's Overlord is not going to be able to go in. And it looks like Bisu is going for the Bisu build. He's going for Corsair Dark Templar again. It served him well in his last game against Magma. And, I mean, I have to be honest with you. Bisu is, in all likelihood, going to win this game. I mean, he's probably going. In fact, he's probably going to trounce Zero. Zero's ZVP play is relatively poor. Again, he's only at 39%, which is pretty poor. Whereas Bisu is, you know, Zerg is his best matchup. Bisu is the best player in the world. He is shaken up, I think, because of his recent loss to Savior, but I don't think he's shaken up to the degree that he's going to lose to someone like Zero. I just don't see it happening. Looks like Bisu's going to harass that Overlord there and get his Templar Archives up, so we can expect Dark Templar out for Bisu relatively soon. That Overlord for Zero is going to go down, but it's not going to be a huge blow to him. He knows what Bisu's going at this point. Looks like some Zerglings moving into Bisu's natural expansion here. Zero's going to try and attack that Assimilator, but Bisu needs to pull his forces back to deal with these Zerglings. The Zerglings maneuvering around. It looks like these Zerglings are going to exit Bisu's base. That was an ineffective harass, but Zero didn't lose too many of those Zerglings, so I'd say neither player really gained much of anything. It looks like Bisu microing that Corsair around. He doesn't want the Scourge to hit it. The Scourge might hit that Corsair. I'm not sure. One of the Scourge hits. I don't think that second Scourge is going to get the Corsair, though, by the time it gets back to Bisu's cannons. But it looks like Zero's moving some more Scourges in front of position. It looks like he's going to get that. Bisu with excellent Corsair micro. He's going to avoid those Scourge by Zero. And I think Zero missed an opportunity there. I think Zero could have gotten that Corsair had he microed the Scourge more closely. But Bisu has excellent Corsair micro, and it's paying off for him. That Corsair's going to get away. It looks like that Corsair's going to get some free scouting off. He's going to see everything that Zero has at that natural expansion. And Bisu losing that Corsair. Again, I have to think that's just kind of careless on Bisu's part. He shouldn't be losing those Corsairs. Bisu with a shuttle with something in it might be Dark Templar. This might be a Dark Templar drop. I'm not sure. Zero with Mutalisks, interestingly enough. Even though Bisu has those Corsairs out, Zero is going to try and attack Bisu with these Mutalisks anyway. I'm not sure how effective that's going to be. Bisu moving some forces into the center of the map, trying to get some sort of map control. And it looks like Bisu is going for a Dark Templar drop. Yes, it is Dark Templar. 2 Dark Templar being dropped on Zero's main.